Pinball Arcade fans, it's Superballs, and today we're going to be looking at Big Shots. So let's get it loaded up. And while we enjoy a little bit of a flyby, I've got my trusty little tablet, and it's conveniently already loaded to the IPDB page. This is an EM machine. It was made by Gottlieb. There's 2,900 units made, and it was released in 1973, August to be exact. And this is the two-player version of Hot Shot. The design was by Ed Krinsky. The art was by Gordon Morrison, and that's pretty well all there was to it. It's a pool-themed, pinball game, of course. And really simple premise, and it's one of my favorite tables in the Pinball Arcade. It's extremely simple, really simple, wide open layout, and at the same time it does kind of accentuate one of Pinball Arcade's bigger flaws, in my opinion, which is the nudging. This was actually brought up again by Jeff in one of the threads at the Pinball Arcade Fans Forum. The nudging, especially on the PC version or the consoles, is almost an exploit. So we'll get into it in just a moment. I found a new camera view for launch, which actually shows off most of the table, which is good. Gives me a chance to give you a bit of an introduction to the table. Again, this one is an extremely simple layout. You have one bank of 7 targets here, and a bank of 7 targets here, and this one, of course, represents your solid or low ball, and these ones here represent your high ball or stripes. So the idea is you want to knock all those, or knock an entire bank down, and then you're going to want to score an 8-ball. The 8-ball can be scored by hitting this hole here, or dropping the ball down this lane. Will light the 8-ball. The bonus for hitting this hole is that it also opens up a gate, which is right here, and the gate will open up, swing open, and any balls coming down here will just drop right back to the plunger. So you can launch them again. The scoring is known to be a little lopsided. You get 1,000 points for every ball you light, so it can be advantageous to try and knock down as many of these targets from each bank, but every shot you take is a risk. This is very high drain table. Once you've gotten pretty good at it, you can actually hold on to the ball for a while, but expect to have a couple balls here and there that basically just bounce off something and head down an out lane or straight down the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a ball going. See if I can bring it up to a special here. Alright, so knock down these targets. This is one of those games where I like to call the shots, and I also usually like shooting for the left ramp. So I'm going to try and peg the 2 and the 4 ball, which I was way off. I seem to have been better at this last night. This is the second time I've shot this video. The last time I shot this, the camera I have shooting me had no sound, so it was just me lip syncing to absolutely nothing. So I was kind of bummed out about that. But what can you do? I got the 3 and the 2 that time. Ooh, little nudge. When I get a nice slow arc, show you how you really control the ball. There's also dead stop there. If you nudge the ball right as it's hitting the base of the flipper, or where the flipper kind of meets that rail, this rail down here, it'll stop dead. I usually nudge as if I was trying to push the ball with the rail. Okay, so let's hit that 5. A trick I've learned is to actually pay more attention. There we go. Put your eyes at your target. Don't watch the ball at the flipper. Put your eyes at the target. I don't know how that works exactly. There we go, 7. So now I seem to have gotten the 8, and I don't know when. Okay, so now we've lit the special. We have the 8-ball and we have the entire bank down. So I'm good for about 8,000 points if I hit the bonus, which isn't too bad. And I've got to hit the special. Well, that gives me an extra ball. When you're trying to get the special, just get it. The next time you score the bonus, try and knock down as many targets as you can. Now, I like to take these shots across. So basically, I'm going to do a post transfer here, knock the ball over here. I'm going to shoot across this way. It just seems to be the easiest way to hit that those special targets. There we go. Well, at least I'm doing something a little better than last night. Now I've got an extra ball, still on ball 1, and I can just concentrate on my targets. One of the toughest wizard goals in Pinball Arcade is the 250,000. It took me almost a year and a half to get, and I played this game solid. One of the things that amazed me about this game was it was released with Elvira Scared Stiff. And like a lot of people, I assume, I was extremely excited for Scared Stiff. I've played it a lot in Visual Pinball. I love the game. It's you know, a great game, good callouts, great sound package. I played one game of it when it was released. I tried this game, and I played it for almost 2.5 months straight. I skipped 2 table packs and a Kickstarter table, which was Star Trek The Next Generation at the time. And it's not like me to skip packs. At the time, I had the iOS version on the iPhone 4. There we go. Wasn't for that nudge, that was an outlane. Post transfer. Use those moves. And control the ball. Oh! Control the ball, indeed. Now, this is a very simple layout, and this actually really was one of the first tables I think Farsight released that on mobile, especially mobile, just absolutely shone. Graphically stupendous. Everything's nice and sharp, vibrant colors without being oversaturated. I suppose that depends on the platform you're playing on. Looked amazing, even on the iPhone. And of course, I moved over to Android, and it's still amazing. So I'm going to peg that 7 ball now, and there we go. Love calling shots. Anyway, it's one of those things you can do in this game. It's a pool-themed game. I mean, call your shots. If you miss, who cares? So let's hit that special again. There we go. Cross shot that special, and oh, I can't believe I kept that going. There we go. I lost it. What can I say? First ball, 38,000. That's probably one of the best first balls I've actually had. So good for me. I'll take it. Now the downside to getting that extra ball so quick was it was during a ball where you only get 1,000 points, and that happens. It's kind of upsetting when it happens, but that happens. Of course, my ball 5 will come up, or ball 5 will come up. I'll have 3,000 per, and I'll probably hit 2 targets and drain right away. Let's see if I can peg that one. That one can go right down the middle. Okay, so ball 2. Of course, you can only get 1 special per ball. You can get multiple, they just don't count as specials. They just reset everything. I'm going to see if I can peg. Sometimes I can peg off that center post and hit it right into that 8. Oh, no. And of course, that's a needless risk. The funny thing about the 8 ball is it's one of those shots that you're going to make when you don't need it, and then you're going to drain. When you do need it, it'll never be around. Peg that 2 if I can, 2 sharp. And again, the nudging in this game is almost exploitable. You don't have that advantage on the mobile so much because the nudge isn't so. It's very sensitive. It's very easy to over nudge. You're gonna tilt a lot. In this version, I could tilt like this. Just very. I mean, really, I'm just barely moving this here, okay? Barely moving it. Oh, that was a little hard. You can nudge it like that all day, and it actually has a pretty pronounced effect on the ball. That is the downside to this table. Now, if you really love nudging, it's not really a downside. It allows you to nudge to great effect. I love lucky bounces. The problem is it does take away a lot of the challenge to this table, which in real life is almost unfair in how hard it is. You know, your balls don't last that long. So there's maybe a "that's what she said" somewhere in there. Oh. No good, no good. Let's see if I can at least break 100,000. If I can't, I'm going to be so bummed out. That was my threshold last night. I think that's where I'm going to... First I got my gate. Let's try and have a little bit of serious. Peg that one. And... okay, I'm going to call that one ball again. Oh, hit the 2. That's always nice when you can rest it up on a sling like that and not trigger the sling. There we go. I wonder how many episodes before I start dropping F-bombs all over the place. Yes, nudging off your flippers. If I can at least hit 100,000, then I don't have to start over and re-record this whole video. Of course I will. Oh, yeah, I will. Okay. Phew. Well, that was quite an embarrassing string of later balls, but that is, of course, a big shot. No no high score entry for me this time. I got owned pretty well, but that's all well because the camera is going to probably stop on its own hitting that time limit. Anyway, this is Superballs. If you have any questions, if I left anything out, let me know. Questions, comments, subscribe. I'm going to be putting more of these out as often as possible. Peace.